Back at you. Back at you. Yes, it's Miss Chantell again with another stream to talk about this stuff that's going on, how the Pan Africans are, how they move them. Put it like that. Real sneaky, real sneaky. And we're going to look into that and we're going to look into how far we can assume it's going from the information that I share with you tonight in the stream. So let me go ahead and check my volume right quick. Let me see how I'm sounding before I start this stream. Listen, God, I'm gonna look into that. So how far from the information that I so, oh, wait a minute. Hello? Hello? No, they don't sound good. Hello? 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 Maybe I'm too close. Maybe. Hello? Hello? I'm testing my sound. Okay. Hello? I'm testing my sound. All right, this sound. Sure, look here. You know, I gotta test my sound before I get the yapping because I didn't did live streams and for almost 2 hours and it wasn't even it was on mute. Okay. So Miss Chantel gotta check the screen sound audio before I get into anything. So, oh my goodness. This listen, share this stream, ladies. Please do share the stream, okay? Because this is some good information I am about to share with you. ADOS FBA sisters. We need to know this. We need to be aware. Okay. And before I get into anything, I want to give a shout out to Charlie. I forgot the last name. Charlie something. Girl, thank you for always showing support. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. I do see your comments, but I only see them after the live stream has ended. And I'm doing it from my phone right now. I'm gonna hop back on the computer and do it from the computer and change up the channel and everything. I told you I am gonna do it. I'll be having other things to do. So I'm gonna do that. But shout out to Charlie. I forgot the last name. But you know what I'm talking about. Girl, thank you for supporting. I like that. So let me go into my title because let me see if I can see it from here. I can't see my title. Well, let me see, because I'm on my phone right now. No, I can't see it, but I'm going to be talking about Queen Latifah partnering with Richelieu is how I'm going to pronounce the name. Richelieu Dennis, the new owner of Essence, and how he is using her as the face to draw in those FBA women into Pan Africanism. The whole structure is of Pan Africanism. Now, I don't know if she knows this, but honey, that's what it's about. And we're going to talk about it tonight. Um, Before I get into anything though, let me say this. I had hopped on and I went through some, scrolled through some, lives to see what was up. And we got, let me turn this, I don't know if that's live or not, but we got some young people out there, baby. And listen, our young people is online talking about delineation. Oh no, baby, it's about to get offline. It's about to be out there in reality. And that scares the crap out of them black immigrants. Ooh, they thought it was an online thing. I kept saying, Black Lives Matter started online. And what happened? It ended up, the people ended up taking it to the streets. Okay? It's very easy to take a movement to the streets. I mean, I'm like, what's wrong with you people? Why you be talking about everything is online? Everything is online. That's where it starts. Why wouldn't you start it online? Okay? That's where everything starts. When you have no voice and you want a voice, you get online and you reach your audience, and then you take that audience, which you will reach your audience. You take that audience, form and establish your organization on paper, and take it to the street. The meetups begin and they pop off, just like Black Lives Matter. And that's why I kept wondering what is making you think that this isn't gonna pop off in the street? When I say pop off, I ain't talking about no kind of violence. We are not tribal minded like you people. You black immigrants are truly tribal minded. We see now. You want to challenge, you want to fight us. It's all so sad because the ancestors actually fought for you to come here. But it's okay because you know what? It's like an abusive relationship. At some point, you know that it's not a good relationship. The relationship is abusive. It's one way, no reciprocity at all. Just one way relationship. You take, 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 never give. It's abusive. You disrespect us and play in our faces. And that kind of relationship eventually comes to a halt. Whether it be in a good way or a bad way, it has to come to a halt. It has to. Sometimes the person up and leave, which is good for them. Just no notice, just up and leave. Sometimes the person give notice, which makes it, a hell of a lot harder to break apart because the abuser, which is the Africans in a relationship, they're going to become irate and crazy and out of control because they can no longer abuse you. You're not allowing them to abuse you, play in your face and disrespect you any longer. You have said it's enough. It stops right here. I want nothing to do with you. Nothing. No, I don't hate you, but you do disgust me to the fullest, to the thousandth degree. You are truly disgusting to me. And what I want is to simply be left alone, set apart from you. I don't want to hear your name. I don't want to have your name, hold your identity. I don't want to be associated with you in no kinds of ways. I have even come to reject any lineage from you. I'm not African. I'm a Black American. That's how deep this relationship has come to ruins because of the disrespect, the abuse, the one way, no reciprocity, just take, play in people's face. It has come to that point where the Ados FBA family lineage, we like, you know what? You disgust me truly to the thousandth degree. I don't even want to hear your name. I don't want to be associated with anything about you ever, ever, ever again. I'll make sure I tell my family, my children, my community, I'm disgusted with you, and you best to understand this right here. Everybody has been witnessing the bad behavior of you guys online. You can never go back and refute anything and say they're lying. We never did that. We never said that about them because it's all documented online. My goodness, how silly can you be? God dang, you don't know how to hide your hand? Like Richie Dennis doing, which I'm about to show you tonight. But yes, it's come to that. And I'm for it. I'm so glad it has come to a halt. The abusive relationship, that the ties that we had to these people, it has come to a halt. We no longer want to have anything to do with these people. And that does not equal hatred. That equals disgust to the fullest. Now, because we are disgusted with them and we reject everything about them, the name African, we don't even want to say we of African lineage. We don't even want to say we have some African lineage. We even deny that now. We don't want to have anything to do with them. Our young people that be on social media, they have caught the wave. They have seen the behavior and heard the Africans speak their hearts online about how they feel about us. And our young people are very aware of what's going on. And so now our young people isn't going to associate with your young people. Not only is it for us in our upper ages, our older people, our elders who really wanted to see this go on anyway, they wanted us to disconnect from Pan-African decades ago. They knew that was full of crap way back in the Marcus Garvey days. Our ancestors, not all Black people supported Marcus Garvey. You better understand something. Do you not understand? They was the ones that had, spread to the government that this man was crazy. Yeah, he had a few supporters, but baby, not a whole lot. Get your mind right. There was not a whole lot of ADOS FBA people out there supporting Marcus Garvey. Every now and then we would have these Pan-Africans that promote that propaganda in our community, and people fall for it for a minute, and then they stump it out. And then again, they fall for it for a minute because the Pan-Africans come real slick. Then they fall for another Pan-African game and they stump it out. It's been like that. A cycle of Pan-African games. We have a whole bunch. We have a whole bunch. BUCU Pan-African on social media, pushing that Pan-African stuff. Still today, yes. And we stumped them out. And now it has gotten to the point I truly believe it's completely dead. Oh yes. Hmm. That won't be coming back when these listen, when this right here, this generation of ADOS FBA, when they finish stumping out Pan African, you would never ever be connected to us again in no kinds of ways. You had best to go and find you another little hustle, is what it is. Find something else to do with your time because Pan Africanism is dead, pretty much already stated, and in the process of being completely stomped out because the ADOS FBA lineage, the delineation movement is so real, sweetheart. And when it gets to the point, and they will get it documented, as we will get documented as non immigrants, whatever name we use, it's going to be clear we're not immigrants. We are not to be associated with immigrants in any kind of way. Okay? See, that BPOC was a Pan African move. Somebody came up with it like, yeah, BPOC, Black Indigenous People of Color. Don't even make no sense. How can you group a bunch of different Black people in one? Let me tell you, when somebody do something like that, that means they're trying to rid your traditional culture. Because when they mix you up like that, that's the whole point of the mixing up of you with others to rid your culture. And why would they want to rid our culture? Because Black America refuses. We refuse to stop talking about slavery. I mean, why should we? We haven't had any economic justice yet. We watch America give money to foreigners, and I mean, come on now. Why would we stop talking about reparations, economic justice for our group, right? The situation haven't been rectified in any kinds of ways. All we see is this BPOC and a bunch of money going towards foreigners. And that is not what we are. We are not foreigners. But yeah, that's the purpose of BPOC and stuff like that. It was to pretty much stomp out our culture and have us, mix with these other people's culture and possibly, you know, lose our true identity in the mixture. You understand what I'm saying? So we have a good bit of bi-ethnic people now. Half African, half Caribbean, half Honduran. And those particular people is of our group, but they cannot speak on our behalf because they're bi-ethnic. They're they have dual allegiances. Okay? They cannot speak on our behalf. So let's get into this tonight because this is an interesting topic. I think you need to know what's going on. For sure, for sure. Honey, let's get into this. Okay. So, oh, I was saying before I get into this, I was just like, wow. Our young people they hopped on board and they talking about this on they channels. They are talking about boycotting all African stuff. And they're talking about how they recognize the behavior of Black immigrants towards us. And they might ask, the Africans might say, well, why is it just us? Because see, Mexicans and Afro Latinas and Afro Mexicans and Afro South Americans, Brazilians, whatever, they're not online on social media coming for us, trying to challenge us. They're not doing that. That's why it's on you. You are the only ones doing this tribal behavior. I mean, you guys are so insanely tribal that you want us to participate in rice offs. Like, who the freak do rice offs? My rice is better than your rice. Jumba, they try to include us in that, talking about what's that rice called? Jollof is better than jambalaya. Oh, no, no, and no. That's what the ADOS FBA family said. Oh, oh no, no, and no. We are not participating in your tribal, retarded behavior. We are not participating in that foolery. Talking about Jollof is better than jambalaya. Let me check my audio right quick. Jollof rice is better than jambalaya. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Okay, so it sounds pretty good. I can continue because I wanted to make sure my volume was working. Go back to my music. Yeah, I wanted to make sure my audio was working properly. But back to what I was saying, back to the commissary. Listen, I'm so proud that our young people got on board and they're talking about it and they're on board. They recognize what's going on. I'm very happy for that. Listen, I've seen people in their 60s and 70s express that we're on the right track by delineating from these people. And when I say these people, trust and believe, it's no, I hear a lot of ADOS FBA people saying, we don't hate you guys. We just don't like you anymore. We don't want to have anything to do with you because you're disgustingly disrespectful. You have told us how you really feel via social media. We got it. Say less. I mean, they like, woo. One lady, I think I saw it on Phil Scott. He showed a video where she wanted war. And I was like, dang, I consider myself, I grew up in a projects, Desire, Florida projects. I'm a little rough around the edges if necessary, but listen, that thing, how she looked, I wouldn't even fight her. She looked at beastly and like she'll eat the person if she have to. I was like, oh, hell no. No, no, and no. But I think anybody pushing any type of war and fighting and all of that is childish because the ADOS FBA family, we simply saying we're disgusted by your behavior. We don't want to have anything else to do with you. And we don't, it's to the point we don't even want to identify our any African ancestry because we Black people now, we're not Africans. We've been removed 400 years from Africa. Our DNA is not African. We have African ancestry, some African lineage, European lineage, Indigenous American lineage. And we recognize all of our lineage, not just some of the African lineage that we carry. We recognize all parts of our lineage, regardless to how it came about. We recognize it. We're not calling ourselves Europeans because we got some European blood. We're not calling ourselves Indigenous American because we got an Indigenous American bloodline. I'm Cherokee. My great grandmother is Cherokee, full blood Cherokee Indian. We're not calling ourselves African because we have African ancestry. We simply say Black. Okay, we stumped that Pan Africanism out. We're gonna keep stumping it out, but like I said, this time, baby, it's gonna be the end of you guys because delineation and all of that is done. You're done. Pan Africanism is done. I love it and I like it. I'm supporting it. All right, but let's get into this topic. Oh, this topic is good, y'all. Y'all gonna have to spread the word because we got to be aware, ladies, the ADOS FBA sisters, they are coming through us. They want to come for us to lead into Pan African building. Okay, let me just read about it. Let me tell you about it. Okay, so his name is Richelieu Dennis. Okay, he bought Essence. He tried to Pan Africanize the Essence Festival and it flunked. When we got to searching into who he was and what he's about, I don't know, some people searched about who he was, but I went a little further and I wanted to know what he's really about. Why is the African man buying up those FBA businesses and cultural festivals and stuff? What is his aim? What's his game? So Miss Chantell went into further research. And honey, let me tell you, this man, I hope this ain't too loud. This man, Richelieu Dennis, is a Liberian from Africa. Fled the war in Africa to America. Okay. So that's enough about his personal life. Let's get into this business thing. 'Cause I don't care nothing about his personal life. Okay. Let's talk about this business part that's important. Okay. So he bought Essence. He held the Essence. Okay. So let me see how I can start this. He purchased Essence, the Essence Festival magazine, whatever, and he tried to Pan Africanize the cultural event, turning it into Pan African stuff. So we know what he's about. He don't got to tell us. We know that he's trying to incorporate his lineage of Africanness into our culture. He's trying to infuse us together, which is Pan Africanism. All right, so it flunked. The Essence Festival totally flunked. All right, they were like bringing tribal stuff that they do in Africa, talking about having rice offs where, they challenge each other with the Senegal rice jollof is better than Gambia jollof or whatever. Now they brought jambalaya into it. Well, jollof is better than jambalaya, and the Ados FBA family was like, "What? What are you talking about? What? I don't even know what jollof is. What the hell is what rice?" Okay, so it flunked. Upon further research, Miss Chantell went into depth on this character. And this man is a true Pan-African, a Pan-Africanist, I call him. He has paid Queen Latifah 20 million to join his Pan-African pyramid. Okay, so let me break this down. When I say pyramid, you got to understand his company is like a pyramid. All right, so picture a pyramid. He's at the top of the pyramid. It's his business, his LLC, sole proprietor. It's his business. But in that pyramid, you're going to have a whole bunch of businesses. Okay, he's using Queen Latifah face to draw in the ADOS FBA women. Now, his whole pyramid is going to be just females, mind you. Okay. When I first read about it, I was like, damn, that's hella smart. Okay. That's something I would do too. If I was trying to do a takeover, I would go through the women, boo. Yes, I would. That's some smart stuff. But listen, in that pyramid where he stands at the top is his business, and he's at the very top, and he's so slick with it. Let me tell you something. He's at the very top. All the businesses in his pyramid, starting with Queen Latifah. He purchased her, and I don't mean to say he purchased her, but this is how he got her to sign in partnership with him in 2018. He invested $20 million in her flavor unit production company, a company she started for Black filmmakers to back them in making Black films. He invested 20 million into her company so that she can be the face of his company to draw in the ADOS FBA women. And why do I say ADOS FBA women? Because this is how he's going to take control of the Black spending power in America via ADOS FBA women. Because we not only shop for ourselves with the look good, feel good, smell good products, but we shop for our children too. Our children have to look spectacular as well and fashionable as well. You know, sisters, we have our children looking good, okay? We dress our children. They learn how to carry themselves from us. We ain't talking about when they get older and we walk around here looking crazy. But when they're young and under our control and guidance, we tend to have them looking super spectacular, like they are loved and cared for. So ADOS FBA women not only spend money on themselves, but they spend it on their children too much money. And if they have a man at home, it is likely very much she's going to spend on him as well. Okay? Women spend more than men, period, point blank, period. And I think it's smart because I would aim for women too. If I was a business owner and I'm trying to capture a certain audience under my business, my sole proprietor LLC, I would aim for women too. Okay. So, with all that being said, let's get back to, hold on, let that pass by. Had a loud truck going by. So, with all that being said, women are the biggest spenders. He has made Queen Latifah the face of his company. She's the number one face image of his company, not somebody from Africa, not somebody from Brazil, a Black woman from Brazil, no, from America, a popular woman who has a platform from America, who has a voice in America. She has a voice in America. She is liked and loved by the sisters here in America. So he's using her face to draw us in, FBA women. Now, it's disguised under her company, by the way. Ain't that some slick stuff? So, her company, Flavor Unit Productions, okay, say for instance, they find five, because they go out and search. Say for instance, they find five people, five Black women. Remember, it has to be Black women. Okay, and the target is especially ADOS FBA women, but it's also open to other Black women as well around the world. But the main targets is the ADOS FBA Black women, because we are the ones that's spending money. Okay, and so His, sorry about that. Come on now. Yeah. So he's using her face, her company and faith to draw us in, right? So if they find five black people, five black women, all women now, that's filmmakers. Let me give you an example. One of them they found was the Isa girl, Isa something, who got she was making films, putting it up on social media, and she got a HBO film contract and all that. They funded her. Oh yes, they funded her. She was one of them they funded. It was somebody else that made a film and it was very good. They funded them, but I'm thinking this chick that make the TV show The Shy. I'm thinking they fund her too. This black lesbian chick. I'm thinking they fund her too. But anyways, I don't go deep as into the people that he funded, but I she popped on my mind. I looked it up, and sure enough, she was one of them. So, anyways, say for instance, they find five black women that's making films, even if they putting it on social media or whatever, however they get their film out there, they approach the woman and they offer her a deal. So they got her company, her business, her company now, because if she making films, I'm quite sure she has a company, a LLC. So they bring her in, not only for filmmaking, but it's for content creation as well. Like this one girl I watched, she does the trailer, the RV stuff. She travels all around. And I'm like, girl, how you get the money to travel though? You be everywhere, all around the world. And I can tell she not rich. And she'll be like, oh, I get donations. I'm like, girl, whatever. But anyways, I found out how they doing it. Because these people is on a search, on a hunt for black women, for black entrepreneurs, female entrepreneurs, whether it be content creation, that's a form of a business, by the way. They fund the person to do all kind of travels and get their channel popping, and they make it where you own your own content now. The content doesn't belong to YouTube. They make it where you are the owner of your content. Now, they it's not just content creation or films. They got media channels. They funding just anything, tech companies, anything black women come up with. They are funding it. Let me tell you how he's funding it, by the way, because I forgot to tell you that. His company, under the Sundown brand, LLC, he had bought and he pre-purchased a lot of old black-owned companies like Madam C.J. Walker products and stuff, and Essence and Afro Punk and some other companies and stuff. That was black-owned companies of the past. He purchased them. This is why you might ask, well, why he purchasing all black-owned companies in America? He African, right? Because this is his way of tying himself into us, into our culture, making himself legit when it comes to tying himself into our culture, even though he's Liberian. He gonna be able to say, well, I'm one of y'all because I see, I'm one of y'all. Delineation though ain't working with that. But listen, he's buying up all these black owned ADOS FBA family companies of the past. And okay, so since he bought those of the past, now he's going and looking and searching for black women that's entrepreneurs. So not only has he purchased the black owned ADOS FBA companies of the past, but he wants to capture all of the ADOS FBA women now, black owned companies of the future, the present and the future. And he's doing this by going after and seeking out many women. One second. And seeking out many women, ADOS FBA women, who have companies that he can fund. But once he fund the company, it's going to be included in his pyramid. Once it's in his pyramid, who's at the top of the pyramid? There you go. Him, the Pan-Africanist. He's at the top of the pyramid. But once again, you won't know it's him funding your company. You won't know it's him because he's using Queen Latifah's company to do it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Her company is going to be the middleman. So he gives her company the money to fund you guys, ADOS FBA women businesses, all type of entrepreneurs, every field. He's giving her company, the money is coming through her company as though it doesn't have anything to do with him, who's at the top of the pyramid, the owner, the sole proprietor. Do you follow what I'm saying? The Pan-Africanist. He's hiding himself. Okay. So you don't even know that he's actually the owner of your company. Once you accept that money through that Queen Latifah company, you don't understand that he's actually the owner of your business at this point because he's hiding behind the Queen Latifah image and company, Flavor Unit Productions. Do you follow what I'm saying? Y'all following me? I know you got it. You catching on. So again, there have been many, many, many companies now that he has captured since he has partnered with Queen Latifah. When I say many companies, I'm talking about many Black entrepreneur, ADOS FBA entrepreneur women, businesses that he has captured. One lady, they funded her company. I think it was a security company. And her company, in turn, made $1 million+. And he bought her out, but she's still the face of the company, just like how he moved. His company, Sundial Brand, where he had originally bought all these companies, Shea Moisture, all that, where he owned Shea Moisture, all that. They bought him out. Unilever bought him out for 1.6 billion. So he took his funds, a portion of his funds, and this is what he's using it for, to capture the ADOS FBA spending power in America, to take control of it. How is he taking control of it? With his pyramid business. He's at the very top, and he has representation of a ADOS FBA woman that we all love dearly, Queen Latifah, as the face, which he hides behind, as her company, which he hides behind. So when you're doing business, you don't actually understand and know that he's actually the owner of your business, not Queen Latifah. Ain't that some stuff? Some people don't know that. You might think you're doing business with this person, Queen Latifah, in front of you. She funding your company. Come to find out, she doesn't own this company. It's somebody else behind her that owns the company. Somebody who you totally disagree with their ideology. But that's business. Hey, you know what I'm saying? So listen, um, I asked the question, I said, I wonder if Queen Latifah knows what he's about. And she's down with it. Is she Pan-African? I don't know. But I think that she doesn't know just how deep it goes for him. She definitely don't know that. We're going to get to that. But before we get to that, I want you guys to understand that this man has a pyramid, a Pan-African pyramid. He's at the top of the pyramid as the sole proprietor, and he's using the ADOS FBA women, famous women, women who have platforms in this country and voices as representation to trick us into becoming part of his Pan-African business, which he eventually, before I even say that, he's already purchased so many, he's already funded so many ADOS FBA black owned women, black owned businesses. He's purchased so many of them. He funded them and then he bought them out, but he kept them as the face. So when that lady company made $1 million, he didn't dismiss her. He kept her as the face. She's still getting paid. Plus, he bought her company out. Y'all know how that go. And he's done it with a whole bunch of other sisters, ADOS FBA women. They search out these women, even content creators. Yes, baby, they are online looking for content creators as well to fund. But you know your stuff gotta be clean and wholesome and you know, business like. But listen, hold up 1 second. They did have a couple of guys in the mix, but the rest is all women. He's about building an empire based off women. ADOS FBA women. But understand, ADOS FBA women are the face of the company because he's trying to get us in so he can capture the black dollar in America, the black spending power. But he's also tying in with us all other black women around the world. So it's actually a pyramid of Pan African women around the world. But he's just using Queen Latifah as the face to draw in the ADOS FBA family of women because we have the biggest spending power in this country. Okay. No other country, like where they got black women at, has as much spending power as in America. So that makes sense, right? That's just common sense. He would try to go after the ADOS FBA women more than any because he's trying to capture the ADOS FBA spending power in America via black women, the women, ADOS FBA women in particular. So yes, they are out there, him and the rest. I like to say him and his people, I call them the rest. They're searching. They're on YouTube listening to content creators, black women in particular. And they're searching. They're searching for filmmakers and searching and searching. But you just remember, sisters, be aware of this. However you move and when they approach you, you just remember any business that approach you want to fund you and all of that, you do your research. And remember that they may approach you like they're a black company or it's a Queen Latifah production company. You just remember who's really behind it because I've given you the word, and the word is they are searching us out. The Pan Africans are searching us out to fund businesses for black women as entrepreneurs in this country, in particular ADOS FBA black women, so they can capture the ADOS FBA spending power through ADOS FBA women. You got the word. That's the word. Be aware when they approach you, whether you're a content creator, a filmmaker, whether you're into media productions, because they're doing, I mean, just everything, tech company, whatever it is you're doing. When they approach you, and they will approach, make sure you do your homework. You don't want to get bamboozled. Next thing you know, you in cahoots with the Pan African company, which you don't share the same ideology as them. Okay. This is no conspiracy theory. It's documented, sweetie. Just go and look up Richelieu Dennis and Queen Latifah's partnership and go into further research and ask what is the ecosystem of businesses that Richelieu Dennis is trying to build. Go do the research yourself. It's not nothing crazy. Nothing, it's no sci-fi talk. I'm not talking crazy, sweetheart. I'm talking what I researched, what I found out that's documented. Okay? No crazy speech here, baby. So I'm just sharing the word. I want you guys to share this to the sisters. Now, it's hard for a lot of people to say no to money, and we all know that. But you just know when they do approach, baby, if your ideology doesn't match Pan Africanism, you probably want to investigate who you're talking to. So let me say this now. Now that I've shared with you his pyramid of business, that the Pan African pyramid of business this man got going on, using Queen Latifah as the face and using her flavor unit production company as the company and face he hides behind, while you don't know it's him, the Pan African you're doing business with, and he fund you and buys up your companies, and you're under his control business wise, dollar wise. Let's go further. Let's go deeper. I happen to personally believe that this man is from Liberia, and they long to see their country rebuilt. Now, Liberia, let me give you a little history on Liberia. It's a country that was built by freedmen of America. They were they were people that was um, free in America, and they decided. Hold on a second. They decided to send them to Africa for whatever reason. The ACS organization of white people, white philanthropists, um, they decided to send them to Africa. If you ask me why they wanted to send them to Africa, I would assume that they wanted to send them to Africa so that they could build a place on the African continent, a country that these people in America, the black people, that they were freeing to be able to go, leave America and go. They did not want them in America once they had finished with slavery. Okay. So they agreed to help them go somewhere and help them build a nation somewhere where they can be free or whatever. Now, I don't know if these people believe they were doing something righteous by doing that, or if they had some other type of plan. You know what I mean? And so when they got to, yeah, that's right, make a lot of noise. When they got to um, the African shores, they funded them, of course. They told them they would help them and everything, and they funded them for a long time to build. And of course, the people were building and building and building. They built up the country very well. Oh, yes, it was really doing great. A lot of these people were the mixed breeds during slavery time and stuff, when the babies were mixed breed. Okay. And so a lot of them were half black people. And it went over, and like I said, they assisted them in building. I ain't talking about they physically assisted them, but they funded them. Their building. They purchased the land for them from the chiefs of those local tribes and stuff that was near the area. And those American freedmen and women, they began to build, 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 and they built up a great country. Oh, yes, they built up a great country. Did they have a good toilet system? I believe they did. But the other local Africans did not. They They built the country up so good that they had people going and investing in the country. Rubber companies, hotels, you know. I believe they had the airport, nice airport. They had, the rich and famous going to visit. Yeah, they were doing great. They went to the Queen's Palace and had crumpets and tea and dinner with the Queen, the president of the country they built in Africa, Liberia. They had formed allies with many other European groups, Germans and stuff. A lot of missionary groups um, a lot of missionary type of groups like Christian groups and stuff as well. A lot of people had even invested in some schools in their country. They had Germans there. They had different kind of European people that went there and lived and participated in their culture and their country doing business and stuff. I mean, the country was popping. It was growing. It was doing great. It was doing great. Now, they had, of course, opened it up for all descendants of slaves around the world, considering they wanted people, descendants of slaves, to have somewhere of freedom to live away from the Europeans, the way the Europeans held control, or whoever enslaved them were in control. They wanted them to come there and have that breath of freedom. But here's the tricky part. And I tried to tell this to this crazy dude that, listen, here in America, they hate delineation. The ADOS FBA family delineating. But the foundational Black Americans, the freed foundational Black Americans that went over to Africa with the ACS, the white people who purchased the land for them and built that country in Liberia, they were the very first people, the very first foundational Black Americans to establish boundaries concerning ethnicity, concerning your ethnic group, your origin. Yes, baby. The American Liberians welcome Caribbeans over there, Barbadians. They welcome. I think they had some Brazilians went over there, Afro Brazilians. They had Haitians went over there. But listen, when those other people got there, let me say this. Hold on. When when anybody from America went to Liberia, they were welcomed into the America Liberia compound to live with them because they're American. Their ethnic group is American, so they were welcome to live with America Liberians in their compounds. But when Caribbeans went there, the Barbadians, that's colored people, when they went there, they were not welcome into the America Liberians compound. No, sir. There was various boundaries established concerning different ethnic groups of people. They didn't see themselves the same as Caribbeans or Haitians or Afro Brazilians. Do you understand? They knew very well that it was going to be a different culture of people, and they did not want to have any problems like that. You understand what I'm saying? So when the Caribbeans, the Barbadians went to Liberia, they gave them some land and they said, there, build over there. because they were establishing boundaries. We're not the first ones in America to say, hey, we delineate and this is foolery when you call yourself one. We have tried to be Pan-African and one with these people, and look at the disrespect and the craziness going on. Look at all this foolishness. You know why this exists? Because we did not establish boundaries in the beginning. When Caribbeans and Africans and other Black immigrants began to come into America, into our neighborhoods and culture, we didn't establish boundaries. And now we're at the point of establishing boundaries, delineating, and these people are having a fit. They're going crazy. They're saying we want to harm them simply because we saying, look, we delineate and we reject anything African or anything else. We just want to just do us, have our own ethnic base and ethnic group. Please leave us be. And the Black immigrants is losing it. They're going crazy, especially the Africans. Lordy, they are going bonkers. It's unbelievable what I'm saying. I would think that when you tell somebody, no, thank you, but I don't want to be a part of you, and you stay over there, I'll stay over here. Thank you. I don't have anything to do with you. You can stop claiming me. I'm definitely not claiming you, and you're not of us, and we haven't been, none of us is African. It's 400 years away from Africa. Please leave us be. No, you're us. You're African. No, you're an African. I dare you deny us. We are, you are us. You only exist. This is the crazy stuff I've heard. You only exist because of us. Everything about you is because of us, as though we're not an admixture of people. We're European and indigenous American ancestry as well, with a little bit African ancestry. Baby, Mama Africa was popping out the white man, baby, left and right. What is you talking about? We're not African. Popping out them babies left and right for the white man. Wasn't no slave man popping babies with African women. They did not want to put their seed in no woman during such a harsh time of living. Those men were not trying to engage and have a family back then. Are you crazy? So yeah, those people are losing it. They're having a fit, honey. Um, and if you ask me, I have to say I see some retardation shit going on. Excuse me, I hate the curse and stuff, but I see some unstable retardation type of behavior going on. It's too erratic, it's out of control, it's scary. Like it's scary. Have you ever seen them? Like Kyla would be like, "Oh, African women is so nice and neat, and they so use a lie, sir. I know about African women use a lie. They are beastly. No offense. Some of you are not, but they are beastly. Way more than a Black American woman, child. We know you're foolish. I actually heard a guy on Kyla's panel talking about Black American women and those FBA women was a little rough around the edges. No, you're just a little punk around the edges. Because, and he was lifting up Caucasian women, and I'm like, wow, oh my gosh, you're so ruined in your mind. You full of inferiority. Just put yourself all the way under their feet. God, pathetic. But this particular person, um, these kind of people are, they have inferiority complexes and issues and stuff. They struggle with being who God created them to be. And if you're a true man of God, how dare you not be the Black man that you were created to be? Stand up strong and help yourself and help your people. You were rooted in a particular kind of people so that you can be a helper there. But instead, a lot of you choose to be traitors, comparing women to women. Do you know how it would sound if I compared Black men to other races of men? It wouldn't be nice, okay? And I'm not going to even sit here and do such a thing. But I just spoke for a second to the idiots that I hear on these channels that say the most dumbest things that sound so childish. It sounds weak when a man does that. He sounds weak. With all the laws of listen, the Karen laws that then came out to protect us from Karens. You up here talking about we rough around the edges, and Karen's out here whipping y'all up. Y'all on camera, you can't even hit her back. You're watching her beat you up and stuff. Come running out the house to my, she calling me niggas and all that. Stop. Anyway, off that topic, that's a childish topic, and I'm not childish. I'm a woman, and I'm a happy to be a black woman. That kind of woman. I'm happy to be who I am. I love everything about me. I wouldn't give it up or change it. No, sir. And Miss Chantell can only roll with God fearing, strong minded brothers. Okay? And they don't got a whole lot of them out there like that. But listen, off of that, back to what I was talking about. Them like immigrants are having a fit, sweetheart. The Pan African scammers galore. Scammers galore. They having a fit. Girl, it's just crazy. But I want you guys to remember they are searching out ADOS FBA women in particular to fund businesses, entrepreneurship for us. Because in that way, this man can capture the spending power of the ADOS FBA here in America. He's doing it via women because we not only shop for feel good, look good, all type of products, hair stuff, makeup, perfume, clothes. We shop for our children and our man as well. We are the biggest spenders, and that is who he's targeting, ADOS FBA women. And again, he's hiding behind Queen Latifah's face in her production company called Flavor Unit Productions. And when you do business with her company, you think you're doing business with her company, but you actually doing business with a Pan African at the top of the pyramid. And like I say, he has established many, many Black owned companies through ADOS FBA women already, content creators, news channels. Like they're seeking out a lot of different, um, you know, they're seeking out a lot of different fields of entrepreneurship when it comes to ADOS FBA women. Like I say, media channels, content creation, technology companies, all type of companies, probably child daycare centers and stuff. Just anything ADOS FBA Black woman owned. And remember, he's including other Black women from other ethnic groups around the world as well, tying all of us in together to build a powerhouse, an ecosystem business structure of Pan Africanism. Baby, it's documented. Go look it up. Go type in Richelieu Dennis ecosystem business plan, future plan. Look it up yourself. Okay, I'm not lying. I'm just sharing some information that I researched, looked into. Okay, and this is how he plans to capture the ADOS FBA spending power here in America. And listen, that's a pretty easy way, right? Because people really want their businesses funded. And then you may need this for your business, that for your business. He funded and give it to you. They help you build your business, buy you out and keep you as the face. So now he's the owner of all of y'all businesses. Your culture business, whether you got a clothing line, makeup line, all of that, representing your culture, whether you got an essence brand that you have come out with, like for instance, you sell a clothing line to Black women, that caters to Black women. He will purchase that. Once you do business with them, it becomes his business, but you can remain the face. So you are in business with Pan African and helping him to capture the ADOS FBA spending power here in America. Okay. Now I congratulate because that's that strategy. That's a darn good way to strategize capturing the ADOS FBA spending power. God dang it, that's a good way to capture. That's something I would do. If I was a businesswoman, I would go through the people that spend the most, which is the women. Okay, I would even, they're going to definitely spend on their children. That's one thing about women. So whatever you're doing, you got to also cater to Black children, building stuff towards Black children, because they're going to spend on their children. Okay, so I wanted to come and share that with you guys so you can understand what's going on, sisters. Some Pan Africans be moving slick. Please do share the video, get the word out so that we won't be bamboozled. If you do get somebody approaching you for business or whatever, just make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you understand that, you're going along with Pan Africanists taking over the spending power of the ADOS FBA family. And eventually, in my opinion, I have got off topic with this. In my opinion, he's going to bring the money and the funding back and all of whatever back to his country, Liberia, where they have been longing so badly to rebuild their country. Ever since the local Africans, which they consider savages, stole the country from them, killed their leaders, shot them, and ate them, because the locals Africans believe that when they eat somebody raw, they absorb their powers. So they ate the people, the leaders in particular, they ate them raw and passed them through the village to the other people in the tribes. And that's some scary stuff. I mean, if they plan on going back there and building again, wow. But listen, this man is a Pan African. Remember what I said? He's from Africa. He's a Pan African. His goal is Africa, not America. Okay. So once they get everything established over there, he able to flood the money back over that way. The locals gonna get out the way naturally because they don't know what they're doing. So as soon as he go over there with the money, they gonna move out the way or they're gonna get killed off because the other people gonna be like, we want to live in a great country. Get out the way. So they gonna just get up and walk away like they was never the president or something. They're gonna be like, watch out, let him do it, let him build it. But again, you have to live among those people still. Not say okay. So, anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that. I think I said enough. I was about to say, I'll tell you the one way to get those FBA people, because for some reason, one second, for some reason, the Pan Africans, the other immigrants, they act like they cannot do anything without ADOS FBA family doing it first. Like it's weird. I mean, you don't think we feel special? You're basically crying for us to build your country, to come and run your country and build it. But here's the wacky part. The Liberians who stole the country, the local Africans and calling themselves Liberians, they begged for the Liberians to go back. Even ADOS FBA, people who never even been there, that's not Liberians, they want the ADOS FBA people in particular, no other African no other descendants of Africans around the world, just the ADOS FBA, begging for us to go to their country in Liberia and build it, but said they would never let a ADOS FBA American person ever run their country again. But they're begging for the people to go build their country for them. What kind of retarded? Do you not? What? Oh my gosh, that sounds so retarded. Like that doesn't even make any sense. Like that tells me a whole lot of what they're dealing with over there. Baby, that don't even make no sense. But listen, enough said. I think I said enough. I mean, I can't say anymore because I just don't have no respect for people that don't make moves unless the ADOS FBA family is willing to make moves with them, before them, for them. Like that don't make any sense. Like what the heck is really going down? And at the same time, some of them will disrespect us and tell us how much smarter they are, but their countries that back home is ravaged, ransacked, no sewer system or anything, no toilets. I just don't get it. I mean, like I say, no disrespect, but at this point, some things is just retarded behavior, and I don't think it's to be entertained. You understand what I'm saying? And people like that with that kind of mental, I wouldn't really, I wouldn't really associate with those kind of people no more. Oh, I'm just, child, girl, honey, listen. Whew. All right, I'm at the top of the hour, 1 hour and 20 minutes, and I'm gonna close this out. Thank y'all for tuning in. Why don't you hit the like button and let Miss Chantell know if you like the content? Drop a comment. Okay, my commentary is not meant to hurt nobody's feelings. I'm just coming off the top of my head, being as real as possible. I've heard other commentary from people of different ethnic groups, and I don't get offended. I just be like, okay, I see. Let me leave that alone. You know what I'm saying? So respect me. I respect you. This is my opinion. Okay, simply, strictly my opinion. Thank you for tuning in.